Grow with Dr. Audai podcasts. Hello and welcome to the 5th episode of Grow with Dr. Audai podcasts. In today's episode, I'll be talking about speaking another language. But first, we might have learned this when we were at school. My father is an accountant, but my mother is a teacher. We might have learned those from textbooks dialogues, didn't we? It might be a lesson we learn to talk about people's jobs or professions. For example, a doctor, plumber, etc., etc. And what colour things are more than any person ever does. You might remember these language classes and all the fun or maybe frustration you had in them. Yet, having worked or mastered these phrases, we might find ourselves visiting another country where the spoken language can be hardly understood. For example, WhatsApp. I'm afraid what we learnt at school is less used or isn't used at all. We might have that shock when we go out of the classroom and use what we learnt from textbooks. Learning or speaking another language is not easy. Or one might say that we don't have the chance to practice the second or a third language as we do in our first language. So what we can do if we don't have enough practice, and as it is said, use it or lose it. First, there is the fact that the native speakers of any language use common words and phrases, which consists of only 3% or even less of their overall language. In English, for example, speakers use between 5,000 to 7,000 words in their daily life communication. This common language is found in colloquial or informal language, news, comedy, drama, and a little bit in history. We should look at what we have as input from our second language to be the output. We can read an article from an online newspaper or magazine, and then to engage with the language, we can have what I would call here a reflection. What we need to do, though, is to try to understand real things, such as, she's walking up and down in the room. I didn't know he was right in front of her. These are not idioms. This is a common language that is used every day. So bilingual speakers can explore the world and get to know more about other cultures. They are not restricted by receiving input from one language only. Instead, they add to their language and grow as global citizens. That's all for today. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. For the next topic, I'll be talking about reading and how it's good for our mental health. So, have a great time and all the best. Grow